Hey guys, welcome back to Just Fixing Garage. I'm Justin, and today we're going to be doing a brake change, pads, and rotors all the way around on a 2014 Chrysler 200. It is the Touring, I'm going to say Touring S model. It's the S visual package, but it has the 4-cylinder 2.4 Tiger Shark motor. So we're going to get started on this today and go through and show you how you can do this yourself and save some money. Well, let's get started. Alright, so depending on if you have caliper covers on here from like, what is it, MGP, I think is the brand?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to take them off, which I think it is 10 millimeter for these nuts up here. Yep. Take the caliper off the caliper bracket. Looks like it's going to be 14 millimeter. Damn, John. You weren't kidding. You must have really torqued on these good. Jesus.
What the heck? Nah, they shouldn't be that. They shouldn't be that tight.
No, it shouldn't be that tight.
That's not good.
No, it isn't tight. Probably needs a little jarring. Probably some more thread lockers stuck on it. Now for the top, we can't get in there easily. So what we should be able to do is just take the bottom bolt out and slide it off that pin.
Clean it up.
Yeah, because the threading is into the caliper, not the caliper bracket. So let's see if that will work.
What you got this bucket for?
Nothing. You can use it for anything you need to.
It's not spray these.
Do that. Try to avoid dropping that shit. Okay, looks like the caliper bracket is also a 14. Really went bananas on this thing. All right, so in our case, we have a kit from Detroit Axle on this. So we're going to slide this on. We got it all cleaned up. Actually, I'm going to clean the mating surface a little bit. You want this to be very clean. guys, so far, we took off the caliper with two 14mm bolts. We only had to take out the bottom one. We've used two 14mm bolts to take off the caliper bracket. At that point, the rotor will come off. Cleaned everything up in there. Put the new rotor on. Now we're going to put the caliper bracket on. Before I put it back on, I go through and I clean off where the shims sit, where the brake hardware, make sure there's no corrosion in there. These pads should slide freely when they're in there, so if you're having any problem with them sliding, you probably have some grit in there. And then also I suggest getting new hardware, and if you don't get new hardware, which in this case is these little metal pieces, you can clean these. They're usually stainless steel, and they'll clean up just fine, but they need to be clean, or else you're going to run into the same issues a couple months down the road where the brakes are sticking and they're wearing uneven, so make sure you do that. All right, now we can talk. Alright, something I didn't realize when I took that caliper bracket off is we don't really actually have to take that off to get the rotor off. I'm so used to doing that on other cars, but on this one you don't need to. Taking the other pad out, I'm going to use my OEM Tools 25265 tool just to push this caliper in. The parking brake is not integrated into this caliper, so it doesn't have to spin as it goes in. If you see any notches in your caliper, like piston, it probably has to spin. You need to use a different tool. Try to use something like this, it's just going to break it. So please don't do that. Brakes are boring. They really are. Don't you think? Me personally, I use synthetic Ultra Brakes Parts lubricant. I'm going to put that on the ears of the pads for the ones that slide. Just a dab will do.
So they did give us grease.
Yeah, they gave it the little thing. I never used them though. I just gotta get it to slide in there good. Pad's able to slide fairly easily, that's important. Alright, so we compressed our caliper. Just gonna be able to slide the top pin in. Actually, I'll put a little more grease on that. Just a tiny bit. Make sure it can slide easily. Take our old bolt. punch on the front brace. 17 or 19 millimeter for the lug nuts. The front's not stuck, that's good.